The following is a live presentation of Strathroy Rockets hockey. Aspro's in alone. Daniel Aspro, breakaway, scores! Left to the net here, still has it. Over to the side, center, scores! Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the West Middlesex Memorial Centre for tonight's Greater Ontario Junior League hockey matchup here as the Sarnia Legionnaires are in town to take on the Strathroy Rockets. Noah Smith and Eldon Dunseith here to call the action for you from Strathroy. The Rockets finishing off a stretch of 5 games in 8 days, Eldon, and they'll look to try and finish off that busy stretch with a win the same way they started the stretch. Since then, though, 3 losses sandwiched in the middle of those games, and 3 really tough losses for this Rockets club.
Absolutely. I don't care who you are. 5 in 8 days is a lot of hockey. You're right. Three tough losses in the last 3 games. 1 goal lost last night in St. Thomas. But this is a game, as you and I were just discussing before we came on air, that could really cement that playoff spot for the Rockets. Right now, they're 8 points ahead. Now, Sarnia has 4 games in hand. But a win tonight to put them 10 points clear, even with the Legionnaires still having those games in hand, should all but cement a playoff spot for the Rockets.
The Rockets, after tonight's game, will be down to just their final 7 games of the regular season. And man, it seems to have come quick. But like you said, if 5 games in 8 days will certainly do that for you. The Rockets, in that game last night in St. Thomas, they started looking a little bit tired by the time the third period came around. They were down 2-0 early, managed to battle back, make it a 2-2 game heading into the third. And then the third period, we saw lots of scoring back and forth to start, and then the Stars taking away a little bit. The Rockets did mount a little bit of a comeback, and they even hit a post looking for the tying goal with about 10 seconds to go in the hockey game. But that's all they got, and they go away with the loss last night in St. Thomas. St. Thomas moving 3 points up now on Strathroy. So the Rockets still right there on St. Thomas. St. Thomas, I believe, has 2 games in hand on Strathroy. But the Rockets, they're not out of that 7th spot yet. They've moved themselves a little bit from Sarnia into the 8th spot, but still lots of movement that can happen here in the final few weeks of the regular season.
Well, you're absolutely right. And that's why tonight's game is so crucial, because if they come out of this 5-game stretch with 1 win and 4 losses, they're only going to be 6 points ahead of the Legionnaires, who will then still have those 4 games in hand. It'd be a lot more comfortable for them if they're 10 ahead as opposed to just 6.
And for the Rockets and Legionnaires, this will be the final time that they meet for the regular season. Strathroy has just 1 game remaining against St. Thomas, so when you look at those teams that they're kind of battling with, you're running out of time to make games and make points up against those teams, and you're going to have to start doing it against a team like Leamington, who the Rockets still have to travel 2 times to Leamington in the final 7 games of the regular season after tonight, and a couple of tough games in the final stretch there. So for Strathroy, it's not going to be an easy final stretch here, and this tonight is going to be a good starting point on making sure that you kind of get yourself into that 8th and final playoff spot and can stay there.
Yeah, and I think that's probably going to end up being their focus here, is that 8th spot, just making sure that they make it. In my opinion, the chance to catch St. Thomas, for 7th has kind of gone by the wayside over the last few weeks. They've had a couple of games against the Stars and came out on the short end both times, and those were their opportunity to really kind of keep that spot, within their sights. But I think focus on tonight's game, get 2 points, and I think it's a lot more comfortable ride the balance of the season.
Rockets and the Legionnaires taking to the ice here as we get set and ready for hockey, and we'll get to the scratches in the lineup quickly here as the Rockets and Legionnaires get set to do battle. Matthew Pimentel, Ty Johnson, Brandon Spezial, Jacob Habib, and Tyler Buck out of the lineup tonight for Strathroy. So a few scratches there. It's Reed Stauffer, Cameron Lightfoot, and Cameron Barless out of the lineup tonight for Sarnia. The starting goaltenders will be Matthew Brazeau in net and Brendan Strobel for Sarnia. We'll now go down to ice level for the national anthems. So the anthem's complete, getting ready for hockey here on a Saturday night in Strathroy. It's the Sarnia Legionnaires and the Strathroy Rockets here from the West Middlesex Memorial Center. Noah Smith, Eldon Dunseith to bring you the call here from high above center ice. And a big matchup here, 2 big points on the line. We'll see who can come away with it as the Rockets get set to try and finish off this busy stretch of games. The refs in the game, Aaron Scheffler, Derek Harvey, it's Braden Bright, and Andrew Langhorn on the lines for tonight's hockey game. And as mentioned, Eldon, Matthew Brazeau gets the starting goal for Strathroy tonight.
We talked a few weeks ago about how all 3 of these guys were going to get games over the balance of the season, and it has turned out exactly that way. Tyler Buck's had a couple of games. Brazeau also now playing, and of course Chaz Nixon, and I have no doubt we will see him during those final 7 games after tonight.
So the puck is down and we're underway to start this contest here. It's the second line starting things for Strathroy. Piercy, Cucci out there with Nelson. It's Cucci now breaking to the net. Early backhand chance, brings it out front. No one there to pick up the loose puck as Cucci just couldn't shovel it into the back of the net. And now Sarnia quickly going to work back the other way. Nice hit there by Charlie Barnes to knock the puck loose. Strathroy with the early opportunity here. Now Cucci from back behind the Strathroy net. Up against the wall, knocked back down low. Richardson now into the corner. Laszlo cycles it back behind the Strathroy net. Cucci to Nelson, and now they'll break it out through center. Laszlo will get to center. He'll dump it in, hits off the end boards and bounces right back out front of the net. Nelson pokes it off the stick, couldn't turn it over. Slagers through center, dumps that one in. Smith knocks it down, now turned over, coming across the blue line here. Legionnaires were going to be offside on the play. They had to circle back outside the zone. Cole Smith up to Perry. Perry, nice give and go pass. Now onto the stick of Elliston, left side. Elliston cutting through to Perry. Perry, Elliston through the middle. Now right side. Oh, just off the stick there. Brandon Belaz on the right side. Back down low. Out of the reach of Elliston as the Rockets controlling the pressure here inside the Sarnia zone. That puck's going to find its way over top of the glass and out of play. Our first whistle, 1 minute and 19 seconds into this one.
I often comment about the hands of Michael Elliston, and he's such a skilled little playmaker. Sometimes I wish he'd shoot a little more. I think there he had the chance between the hash marks to put the payload on goal, and the pass to Belaz was just off target.
Back behind the Sarnia net now as the Legionnaires get control. The Rockets with some heavy pressure now as Elliston gets a return pass. Elliston out front, good move, scores! Right on cue, the hands of Michael Elliston put the Rockets up 1-0 here, 1 minute and 31 seconds in.
I feel bad for the goaltender. He had absolutely no idea, forehand, back to the forehand. Which way is he going to go? Elliston ultimately brings it back to the forehand and beats him glove side. Early lead here, $1:31 into the game for the Rockets.
No chance but to guess for Brendan Strobel, and Michael Elliston beats him on the glove side to put Strathroy up 1-0 here, striking first blood in this big contest. Up to center, chipped in by Hogarth, and now the Rockets will chase off to the side of the net. Hogarth shovels one in on goal, bounces back out front for Hewitt, couldn't get a shot off. Down low into the corner on the right side. Hewitt now back behind the net, takes a hit, trying to get the puck loose, comes out over right out front of the Sarnia bench, trying to chip that one past play call, and now it's going to be dumped in on the backhand. Brazeau out of his net to knock it into the corner some more. Now Ryan Marshall chips that one forward. Puck comes up to Hewitt at center. Hewitt in across the line looking for a shot. That one goes off the skates there of Ballack, and now back behind the net. Hogarth spins, fires one on goal. That one stopped. Now back out front into the slot. Good chance. It's sent down the ice, and there'll be an icing here against Sarnia. Bringing the face-off back to the Legionnaires zone.
Great start here for the Rockets, spending some good shifts down in the Sarnia zone, ultimately leading to the goal by Elliston.
Lots of sustained pressure already for Strathroy, and just over 2 minutes into this hockey game. Ballack back behind the net now for Sarnia. Comes out the right side, hands it back center of the Sarnia zone, now flipped up into the air through the middle. Now Moffat knocks it down to his stick. Looking for a shot, couldn't get that one. The Rockets looking to clear. Dundas back down low into the corner, and Faulkner with it. Faulkner turned over, looking out front, couldn't get the shot off there. Pass at the line, knocked down again. Carrying it in, looking shot on, and Brazeau makes the save on the shot from DeGlass in the slot.
DeGlass the third Legionnaire to touch that puck in different giveaway attempts by the Rockets in their own zone. And Brazeau takes it right in the belly. Gets the whistle, calms things down. Fresh troops out for the Rockets.
Stiliano from the point. Shot on, stopped by Brazeau. Comes out to the right side corner. Cucci now plays it back behind the net. Gets past Smith. Stiliano in the corner. Had it taken away from him. Pierce is going to chip that one out past the blue line. Now he picks it up at center. Cucci down low. Chases it down in the corner. Throws a hit. A couple of bodies go flying. Piercy holding on to it back behind the net. Still with the puck. Now Nelson. Nelson fans on the pass. Gets it up to Kindry at the point. Kindry knocks it back to Nelson. Shot through traffic. That one stopped. Strobel makes the save. Now Cucci in the corner. Holds onto it on his forehand here. 2 Legionnaires on him, and they're going to muscle the puck away, get it back out to the Strathroy blue line. Kindry now wheels up ice. Pressure inside the offensive zone, and he's going to turn it over here. Here come the Legionnaires back the other way. It's O'Leary DeLosa. Shot on. That one stopped by Brazeau. Big rebound down front. Richardson fired it over top of the net. Brazeau might have got a piece of it. Another turnover out front for O'Leary DeLosa. Stopped by Brazeau. Rockets just looking to get it out here as now Cucci will flip it up into the air, down the ice, and get a line change.
After the initial chance, Piercy and Cucci ran into each other between the circles and left the puck all by itself for the Legionnaires. Another chance on goal.
Another turnover. Brazeau has to make a nice save here as the Rockets giving the Legionnaires some chances here after taking the early lead. Quick pass over to Brandon Belaz. Across the blue line. Drops it. Elliston lost it in his skates. Gets it back and he'll cycle it down low. Belaz now. 2 Legionnaires on him in the corner. Hogarth will come in to help out. Belaz still holding on to it. Finally chipped off the stick there. There's a penalty on the play here. It's going to go to Sarnia. And the Rockets will get another power play chance here. This one to start this hockey game. 4 minutes and 29 seconds in.
It all started with a back pass, ill-advised as it turns out, by Kindry. He did such a great job coming through the neutral zone and threw a pass back to really nobody. Led to a 2-on-1 that led to the circus we later saw in the Rocket zone.
So Strathroy's power play, their first chance to work here in the hockey game. It's going to be sent down the ice right away. Moffitt there to get it for Sarnia. He won the race and he was the first one to get it, but then lost the puck here. It'll be picked up by Michael Elston behind the net. Barnes now through the middle. Turned over here, and now having to try and get the puck back was the Rockets here on the power play. And any pressure, and now another ill-advised poke there from Perry. It ends up back on the stick, poking that one forward, and now sent down the ice, but it's going to find its way into the Strathroy bench, and that will work in the Rockets' favor, bring the face-off back to the Sarnia zone.
That's a really long clearing attempt to end up in the far bench. But as you said, good break here for the Rockets as they'll get an offensive zone face-off to the left of Strobel.
They have yet to, for the first 33 seconds of this power play, really establish any sort of zone pressure. Now they do. It's up to Elliston at the point. Hands it back to Perry as they work around the perimeter. Barnes, Elliston, one-time shot. That one hit off the side of the net. Picked up and cleared out to center, but Barnes is there to stop it. Perry, quick pass back to Michael Elliston. Elliston. Deeks cycles it around the boards. Belaz over on the left side. Holds onto it in the corner. Now up to Perry. So Barnes, he walks across the blue line, hands it off on the right side, gets the return pass. Looking, Perry's shot. That one right into the shin pads. Blocked as it's sent down the ice. And the Legionnaires will go for a line change as Brazeau's out into the corner to play it. Handing it over to Barnes. It'll take some time here to set up here. 35 seconds to go in the man advantage. Long pass onto the stick of Piercy at center. Piercy now will dump it, and he wasn't quite at center, and it will be an icing against Strathroy.
Yeah, that was way too hard to be a pass, but he was 2 strides short of the center ice red line.
Face-off off to Brazeau's right side here inside the Strathroy zone. Kindry now, a little spin move, gets himself some space as he brings it out across the blue line. Quick pass over to Cucci. Now Cucci through center. Back behind the net, still holding on to it here. On his forehand, looks for a pass to the middle. Kindry now. Kindry shot through traffic, and it hits a man out front. Another chance on goal there for Smith. Smith trying to cycle it back out front. It's Hogarth holding onto it back behind the net. Up to the point for Owen Kindry. Power play coming to an end here. Back onto the ice, and the Legionnaires back to even strength. Still with some pressure here. The Rockets down low. Piercy trying to get that puck away. Hogarth down low as well. Out to the middle of the ice. This one poked through. Alir DeLosa going to try to chase it down, but Kindry gets the puck away from him. Trying to poke that one back is Piercy. It's back to Smith. Quick pass up to Kochi. Kochi, nice move to get through his man at center, but then running into Piercy. Carries it over onto the right side. Now Kochi into the offensive zone. Stops up. Finally taken away from him there. Able to get it up and picked up. Morningstar had that one knocked off his stick. Just over 7 minutes played here in period number 1. It's the Rockets out in front 1-0 on the early goal by Michael Elliston. Ballack back in the Sarnia zone now. Spins, pass up to the blue line. Now pass through the middle. Off the skates there. Harper, pardon me. Quick pass up to Tage Gallant. Knocked off his stick. Now Faulkner. Passing it back to Ryan Marshall. Playing catch with Hall inside the Strathroy zone. Quick pass up to Dylan Dundas at center. He'll just elect to dump it into the left side corner. Strobel prayed around the boards. Dupuis chips that one over, trying to chase it down. Hall was able to keep it in there as he pokes it back inside of the Sarnia zone. Now the clearing attempt sent off the boards and out. No icing here as the Rockets will have to chase back down low in their own zone. Gallant comes out, pass over to Dundas through center. He's on Carson Piers. He ties him up. Ninehouse chipped away from him. Faulkner tried to bring it to the net there, but the puck will be out of play just off to the side of the Sarnia bench. 11:56 to go here in the first.
I'm glad that last Coochie rush ended up with the puck eventually getting in deep, because when he had the puck in the neutral zone, you could hear the coaching staff on the Rockets bench yelling deep, deep. And I think just looking for him to dump it in. But thankfully for him, he did make his way in carrying the puck.
With speed coming out of the Sarnia zone, here's Carson Pier. Pier knocked off his stick. Ninehouse shot on goal. That one stopped by Brazeau. Rebound up to the point. Slager's looking to the net. That one just wide. Bounces off the end board. Picked up by Hewitt now. Hewitt poked forward to center. Hogarth, and they're offside on the play. Hogarth there on the chip pass, just a little bit offside.
Yeah, Johnson, I think, was a little bit ahead on the right wing there. You can see him kind of shaking his head a little bit. Face-off will be outside the Sarnia zone. Nice little pass off the boards there to put that play in motion just before it went offside.
Face-off one back to Laszlo at center, who dumps it in on a backhand. Trying to play that one up to Glass. Chipped at the blue line. Laszlo able to get it in down low. Now bouncing puck. With it there, Hewitt. Hewitt looking back to the middle there. Just couldn't get it over to Kane Johnson. Johnson has that pass go past him, and now it's going to be a chip pass forward. Breaking in Brazeau right out of his net to play it. Back off the boards. The Glass down low with it. Holding on to it, trying to cut to the net. Perla looking to Glass. Shot on that one just wide of the glove side of Brazeau. Now another chance here for Moffat to try and move the puck out. Couldn't hand it off to Priddle down low. Hewitt will poke it out to Kane Johnson at the blue line. Johnson's pass over to Laszlo on the left side, just out of his reach. And now circling back, Stilianu dumps it forward to the Strathroy zone. Turned over. Harper comes in, scores. No mistake there. Austin Harper capitalizes on the turnover, and we're tied at 1.
Yeah, 5-hole on Brazeau. But that just seemed like it was an inevitability. The number of turnovers in the first half of the first period here for the Rockets. And Brazeau making some really nice saves to keep this a 1-0 game. And eventually a turnover gets them burned here, and we're tied.
Turnover as the last man back there for Perry, trying to make the move between the legs of Harper. And it's Harper tying the game at 1 here, just shy of the halfway mark of the period. Brooks back behind the Sarnia net, plays it out, and he'll carry it across his own blue line, get to center, and dumps that one in. O'Leary DeLosa on the left side has it bounce over top of his stick all the way back to Brooks, who settles it down right out front of the Sarnia bench. Up to O'Leary DeLosa. Chipped it, but there was nobody there. Kindry with it now on the pass from Smith. Hands it back to Smith over on the right side. Now back to Kindry. Rockets just trying to move the puck up ice. It's sent down the ice and wide of the goal. It'll be an icing there Not sure if that was an intended pass by Kindry, but with 10:03 to go, the faceoff will come back into the Strathroy zone.
The Rockets are going to have to clean up the turnovers in their own end here. They got off to a good start on the goal by Elliston, but it's been kind of downhill since then.
They've got their chances, and now Elliston's going to try poke it to himself just inside the line there and had it poked away. Dumped in off the stick of Dupuis, and now Hall has it back inside the Strathroy zone. Almost another turnover here. Pierre brings it out front, looking for a chance there. Couldn't get a shot off, and the Rockets will just clear it up to the line, not out. Perry, and now Balaz works it forward. Balaz will try to cut it in. Got some speed, works his way to the net. Hall down on his way to the net there, and there's going to be a penalty on the play as Brandon Balaz taken down, trying to cut to the net. And Strathroy right back to the power play.
Great burst of speed. He was not past from the center ice red line to the blue line. He blew past the defenseman, got a step on him, and it's either let him walk in and take. He's got a great wrist shot. You either walk in and take the shot, or you take him down. And we're waiting for the penalty door to open up here. Here we go. Ballack goes into the box eventually.
Off the draw now Smith, looking for a shot from the point right into the shins there. Nice block shot by McDonald. Now Stiliano over to the left side. Moffat trying to chip that one past Cucci. Cucci holds. Now Cucci up to the blue line. Got a man all over him there, and finally it's going to be chipped out. Now another shorthanded rush. Here comes Kruger. Kruger in. Nice defensive play there to knock it away by Cucci. Kruger still with it here up against the wall. Smith takes it away from him. Now Kindry gets it over to Cucci. Cucci across center, now into the offensive zone. Drags it back to himself in the corner. Now pass to Smith through his legs. Smith knocked off his stick, gets it down low. Looking out front with it. McDonald's clearing attempt is blocked by Kindry. Kindry now back over. Cucci looking to the net there. That one stopped. Smith with a chance, fires it into the traffic there, and it'll be cleared down the ice with a minute gone off the power play.
Smith, I think, hit 3 shin guards with 3 successive shots toward the goal.
Strathroy now from their own zone. Power play 1 back out onto the ice here. 45 seconds to go. Pass from Perry off a stick and into the corner. Balaz to try and chase it down. Now Balaz back to Nelson, who's behind the net. Nelson up to the point for Elliston. Elliston over to Barnes, settles down that wobbling puck and gets it over to Balaz on the left side. Into the corner now. Point, Barnes, Elliston to Perry in the middle. Perry backhander, that one goes through the blue paint and just wide. Up to the point again for Barnes. Barnes tipped on, that one. Rebound chance coming across. Strobel makes another big save. Puck still alive out front, and it's right through everyone. Cleared back out to center with 5 seconds to go here in the power play. Barnes brings it in, drops it. Elliston shot, that one blocked into the corner. 5-on-5 now as the Rockets' power play is over. Nelson's dump in there was knocked away, and now the Rockets will have to pick it up back inside their own zone as Blaz hands it off to Elliston. Elliston now makes some space for himself on the juke move. Over to Barnes, and now back to Elliston right side. Nice quick pass, finds it over to Noah Nelson. Nelson in across the blue line, looks to the middle. Dundas back to Perry, and that pass was in his skates. McDonald picks it up, and he'll just flip it and get it out, back out to the Strathroy blue line. Quick pass, Faulkner off his stick. Dundas in there to try and get it. Inside of the Sarnia zone here, 6:45 to go here. It's the Legionnaires with possession now. Long pass trying to find the glass, and that will be an icing here against Sarnia, and the face-off comes back to the Legionnaires zone.
A bullet pass, 1.5 feet off the ice. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody was going to take that pass. So an offensive zone face-off here for the Rockets.
Tie game at 1 here. Strathroy's look good in the offensive zone, a little bit sloppy in their own zone so far, and that is how we are tied at 1. It's Marshall now from the point. Shot to the net there. That one stopped by Strobel. Tied up in the corner. Now the pass comes through the middle. Onto the stick. Verspeeten lost an edge there. Faulkner will pick it up, and now Faulkner at center. Dundas right side. Pass out of his reach. Looks to the middle there. Hogarth couldn't get a shot out. Strobel couldn't cover it as the puck goes back into the corner. Trying to battle and hold on to that one there. Just out of the reach. Picked up behind the net, McDonald. Losing it is Faulkner, taken into the wall. McDonald another time to spin and fire that one. He does get it out, but it's out to center for Blake Hall. Over to Tage Gallant. Gallant's pass into the shins there. Gets it back, and he'll just dump it in. The rest of the Rockets will get a change here. Passed out through the middle. Got past a couple of Rockets jerseys there, and now chipped forward. Chasing that one down. Barnes goes into the corner to meet him there. Hogarth now trying to tie up his man. He gets it up to Kane Johnson. Johnson can't clear just yet. Picked up by Harper. Harper now taking off the puck as he lost it. Johnson will flip it up and get it out into the neutral zone, but it's dumped right back into the Strathroy zone for Laszlo. Now over to Barnes. Quick pass out of the reach of Kane Johnson. He might have got a piece of it there as the icing is waved off. Rimmed around the boards to Alex Laszlo. Keeps it in, tries to go down low for Johnson. Trying to pull and dig away at that one. Hewitt in the scrum as well, and it does get out as it's back out to the neutral zone. And for a long pass through the middle. Harper couldn't pick it up. O'Leary DeLosa now with Hewitt right on him. Up against the wall, and they'll get it out past the blue line. Now Harper inside the offensive zone. Wide on the right side. Shot to the net, and Brazeau kicks it up and over top of the glass out of play. We'll get a whistle. 4:46 to go here in the first. Tied at 1.
It's a much better last few minutes by the Rockets. As you said, they've seemed to look really good in the offensive zone, but when they get into their own end, they've had their struggles. And both goaltenders have had to come up big for their clubs to keep this game 1-1.
Perry now. McLean from the point, dumped it back in. Morningstar down low. Had Kruger with him, trying to get that one back out front. Belaz, Perry, and now Smith jumps up in the rush. He brings it into the offensive zone, looks to the middle there, and that one off the stick of Elliston back behind the net. Trying to chase it down. Perry's going to win the rush to the puck. Got to it, and he dumps it back over to the other side. Elliston now right up against it there in the corner as he went up against Brooks. Knocked off the stick there of Elliston. Brooks right on him, and now to be cleared up to the blue line and out. Onto the stick, carrying it forward, Morningstar, and gets it into the offensive zone. Kindry spins in the corner inside the Strathroy zone, picks it up, and gets it over to Smith. Dangerous pass by Smith. Elliston, Perry through the middle. Drops it, poked off the stick of Belaz. Now it's going to be a foot race forward, and Belaz slashes the stick right out of the hands of Pierre. And there is zero argument from him there as he makes his way right to the box, and Sarnia will get their first power play chance of the hockey game.
He did that knowing full well he would get a penalty, and he did it anyway. Not really sure what to say about that. He wasn't the last man back, but here we are, shorthanded, 3:47 to go. Face-off will be to the left of Matthew Brazeau. And Sarnia will be looking to take the lead with their power play here.
Off the draw, Hewitt's there to get it for Strathroy. Clears it back out to center. As McDonald will skate back inside of the Sarnia zone over to Austin Harper, now the lone goal scorer for Sarnia in the game so far. Carrying it back and now inside of the offensive zone as they work around the outside. McDonald almost knocked off his stick. Richardson with it, bounces it off the boards. Trying to hold on to it here. Gets it back to Harper down low, over top of his stick. Will come out to the other side. Still lots of pressure. It's Harper back behind the net on his forehand, looking for a pass, goes up to the point. Blue line now. McDonald looking to the middle, looking for a tip, and he got it, but Harper puts it well wide and over top of the glass out of play.
I think they're going to say that one off while they're discussing it now. Face-off is, yes, coming outside. Good eye by you.
Two guys went for it there, and it went off someone sticking out of play.
Yep. Usually they seem to default to the defensive team since that is what most often happens.
Dumped down into the Sarnia zone here by the Strathroy penalty kill unit. Minute 5 left on this power play for Sarnia. They'll get to center, and they'll dump it in off the glass. Now Barnes rimmed around the boards, up to Priddle at the line. Priddle knocked away by Perry, and now Perry will come back forward on a shorthanded rush into the offensive zone. Looks to the net. That one stopped by Strobel. Cleared back out to center, and Barnes will just dump it back in as it's blockered away by Brendan Strobel again here. 40 seconds left on the man advantage for Sarnia. from their own zone. Up through the middle, DeGlass across the logo at center. Now chips it back to himself, leaves it. Priddle to the middle of the ice. Ballack shot, stopped by Brazeau, right between his legs there as he closes up and gets the whistle.
I was kind of worried there when it sneaks through the first layer of pads. But they can feel that under there. So nice stop there by Brazeau. 27 seconds left in the Sarnia power play.
Right off the draw, cleared down the ice by Cole Smith with 20 seconds to go here on the Sarnia man advantage. And the slashing penalty to Brandon Belaz. Now down to 10 seconds as Sarnia makes their way past center. Richardson dumped around the boards. Ninehouse there to stop it. Far corner, now back behind the net for Harper. Ninehouse tries to bring it out front. That one's going to be cleared up, and it's right onto the stick of Brandon Belaz out of the box. Belaz across the blue line. Kindry cutting to the net. Couldn't get a shot off there. Up to the line. Piercy stops it and keeps it alive. Kindry now back behind the net here as he's stuck down low. Puck will be cleared out, is now coming through the middle. Getting it over to Harper. Harper looking shot on and right into the logo of Brazeau, who makes the save with 1minute and 23 seconds to go here in period number one.
It's a nice back check by Harper on that play to catch Kindry, who had no idea somebody was coming to lift his stick. Harper, the Legionnaires' leading scorer, got his 10th goal of the season earlier in this period to tie the game at 1.
Up to the point now. Chance to get a shot off there. Couldn't get it, and it's over to Dundas. Dundas looking through the middle of the ice there. His pass tipped. Hull back to Gallant. Faulkner shot on. That one gloved down, and Strobel didn't make it originally, but he covers up on the second attempt there. 1:05 to go in the period.
No, they don't ask how, just how many. He didn't catch it, but he kept it within arm's reach.
All they ask here is right off the draw. It's back behind the net for Faulkner. Had a goal in last night's game in St. Thomas. Faulkner now up against the wall with McDonald right on him. McDonald going to win the battle here. He comes out with the puck. Near corner in the Sarnia zone. Past his own blue line, now through center. Going to carry it in. Look, shot to the net there. That one comes out onto the left side. Hall with it now. 37 seconds there. Hall breaks his stick, able to kick it, and he gets it up to the blue line for Gallant to try and clear. Hall, a fresh stick off the bench there. Could have been real bad for Strathroy, but they're able to clear the zone. Now Gallant, pass, Faulkner. Faulkner looks, shot. That one tipped on its way through, goes into the corner. Trying to tie that one up at the hash marks. Cleared back out to center here. Charlie Barnes with it, holds on. Quick pass over to Gallant. Gallant steps in across the blue line, fires one to the net. Glove down by Strobel, who keeps it alive, and no Legionnaire was going for it for a quick second there, but they do get it off to the right side. Sent out to center, and the horn goes to finish off period number one. So the Rockets got an early and quick goal to start the game, but Sarnia battles right back on the goal by Austin Harper, and we are done period number one with a score tied at 1.
So funny talking about Michael Allison's hands and wishing he'd shoot more, and as soon as he got an opportunity, he buried it to give the Rockets the lead. Unfortunately, a litany, I will call it, of turnovers by the Rockets in a 3 or 4 minute span in their own end eventually led to the goal by Austin Harper, his 10th of the season. And that's Elliston's 3rd goal with the Rockets, 15th overall, I believe, on the season. He's a scorer. He's got great hands, great skill, good pickup.
He's got the Rockets' first goal of the game here, but Austin Harper tied the game at 1 for Sarnia, and that is where we sit after the first 20 minutes of play. The shots on goal totaling here for period number 1, favoring Sarnia slightly, 9-8. The out-of-town scoreboard, a couple other games going on in the Western Conference tonight. One of them going on in Kamoka and one in London. Over in Kamoka, it's the Leamington Flyers out to an early 3-0 lead after one period of play. And in London, it's LaSalle tied with the Nationals at 1-1, just underway in the second period. Here in Strathroy, it's a 1-1 game after the first. We'll go ahead and we'll take the break. You're listening to Strathroy Rockets Hockey and watching on hockeytv.com.
The following live broadcast of Strathroy Rockets hockey is made possible thanks to our generous sponsors. Andy's Legendary Pizza, located at 10 Metcalf Street West in Strathroy. Commonwealth Financial, located at 370 Albert Street in Strathroy and online at commonwealthfinancial.ca. Carpet One Floor and Home, located at 325 Caradoc Street South in Strathroy. All Season Concrete, located just outside Strathroy, and visit them online at allseasonconcrete.ca. MNP Accounting, Consulting and Tax Services, located at 6 Front Street in downtown Strathroy. And by Middlesex Chiropractic. Visit them at 117 Thomas Street in Strathroy. The following is a live presentation of Strathroy Rockets hockey. Aspro's in alone. Daniel Aspro, breakaway, scores! To the net here, still has it. Over to the side, center, scores!
Well, after one period of play here in Strathroy, this game is tied at 1, and lots of back and forth play here. Noah Smith, Eldon Dunseith to bring the action for you here from the West Middlesex Memorial Center. And Eldon, after that first period, the Rockets tied at 1. I thought they played well in the offensive zone, but really with the amount of turnovers they had, specifically the lone guy back in the defensive zone, they're probably happy they're only tied at 1.
I think 1-1 is a pretty fair score coming out of that period. For as well as they played, I feel like it was kind of a saw-off. For as bad as they were in their own end, turning the puck over, they were that good in the Legionnaires zone. One goal, Austin Harper, almost called him Austin Hooper, wrong sport. Harper, the team's leading scorer, tying up the game for Sarnia. I think if they don't even have to be, I don't know, it's hard to say better, but just manage the puck a little better and make a few better decisions in their own end. And a couple of the turnovers happened at the offensive blue line where you got drop passes to nobody. And Sarnia's got some good team speed. Like you watch Carson Peer and O'Leary DeLosa and, there was one other whose name escapes me. They can fly out there. And, it's not hard. Next thing you know, it's a 2-on-1 or a breakaway going the other way. So I think just a little bit more attention to detail in their own end and they'll be fine.
1-1 after 20 minutes of play here in Strathroy, as mentioned, is the score. Rockets got on the board first early with the goal by Michael Elliston, who, right on cue, you were talking about how nice his hands are. You'd like to see him shoot a little bit more. Wasn't really a shot after a few dekes, but he got the Rockets on the board first, showing off those nifty hands. And then the Rockets really controlled a lot of the play in that opening period. Like you said, clean up a little bit of the stuff in the defensive zone. Make sure you're not dropping to no one there when you're the last man back. And this game, it could go well for the Rockets tonight.
The effort's there. I will say that for sure.
So the Rockets here trailing in the shot total 9-8 after that opening period, but are tied on the scoreboard at 1-1. As mentioned, this game, we talked about it in the pregame show, big 2 points on the line here for Strathroy. I thought they got out of the gates just the way you need to in a game where you need to go away with the win. See if they can come back out here in period number 2 the exact same way. Sarnia, I think after that first period, if I'm the coach in the locker room, I'm saying we're sticking with them. We've got our chances here, but we got to make sure that we're tightening down in the defensive zone ourselves here. So for Strathroy, keep the pressure up here in the second period. Maintain the pressure because I still think the momentum's on their side.
I agree. I think that, like I said, the effort is there. They're working hard. I think, just on their own end, maybe work smart too.
The officials getting ready to come back out to the ice here, and both teams coming out of their dressing rooms as we'll get set for the second period here from Strathroy. We talked about, we were off air a little bit there in the first intermission. It looks like a pretty good crowd here in the building tonight to take in this contest. Always is when Sarnia is in town. A lot of fans making the trip, the short half-hour drive up to 402 to come watch the games here. You always see a good amount of Sarnia Legionnaires jerseys in the crowd tonight, but also looks like a good contingent of the Strathroy faithful coming out here tonight to see this hockey game.
It's really good to see the building. It's not necessarily full, but on the Rockets side of the ice, definitely down to my left, that section over there is pretty full. And it's really good to see, whatever your take on vaccines and the government responses and all of that sort of stuff. I think one thing we can all agree on is we're just happy to see more fans back in the building, and the crowd is important. The players will tell you, it's different playing in an empty rink. And when you've got the crowd cheering you on after you score a goal and the big cheer, it pumps the kids up.
And, of course, here in this rink especially, it's not a very big rink. So when you do get the 300-400 people into the rink like this, it can really change the game around for the hometown club here in the Rockets. We'll see if they can ride off that here into the second period as we get set and underway. They're going to send out the same line to start things here in the second as they did to start the game. Cucci, Nelson, and Piercy up front with Barnes and Laszlo on the back end. And just like that, we are underway here for the second. Dumped in and right on goal there as Strobel has to kick it off to the right side corner Looking back out front. Barnes now cutting to the net. Nelson fires one on. That one blocked out front, trying to get it through to the crease. Now dumped down low past everyone. McDonald will chase inside of the Sarnia zone. Gets it up to the blue line, and now on that bouncing puck, he'll get it out to center. Cucci now with it. Back. Laszlo looking. Shot on. That one stopped. Big rebound. Comes back out now up to the point. Barnes looking through traffic. That one's going to miss the net. Another chance here for Laszlo. Just shovels it towards the crease. Ninehouse picked it up. To the blue line. Cucci, couple of nice moves. Couldn't get the shot off there as it was blocked. And it's cleared back out to the neutral zone here by Sarnia. Now Barnes trying to make sure the pressure stays on here. And the shot on goal will be covered up there by Strobel. And we'll get a whistle here. And Sarnia, after running around a little bit in their own zone that first shift, we'll get a line change.
Well, good start, 52 seconds in. A lot of time in the Sarnia zone. Making Strobel work a little bit. And that's the kind of pressure they're going to have to keep putting on here in the second period.
Face off one back. McLean inside of the Sarnia zone now. Over to the right side. Brooks got it up to the blue line, but not out here. Strathroy keeps it in. Now Hogarth. O'Leary DeLosa lifts his stick, gets it up to the line and out. And now the breakout pass just out of the reach. Austin Harper. No icing here. Brazeau plays it, and the Rockets get to work inside their own zone now.
I think the Legionnaires caught a break on that icing. The tip was well before the red line.
Now dumped in. O'Leary DeLosa will chase into the corner here. First one to get there. Gets it away from Smith. Now holds on to it. Still some time. Cycles it down low. Richardson not there, but a penalty on the play here is going to come. A high stick. And Sarnia to the power play.
Yeah, I didn't notice it. But Harvey did. And it looks like Smith's going to go to the box for 2 or less.
I'm with you on it that I did not see it there, but Smith didn't put up much of an argument on his way to the box, so that usually tells you all you need to know. And now Strathroy's penalty kill unit will get out here early on in the second. Now right off the face-off there, Perry chipped that one forward as it bounced past the stick of the defender and Brooks, and now Sarnia gets back to center. Brooks will dump it in again. Around the boards, Hall tries to poke that one past McDonald. McDonald gets it back down low into the corner. Richardson tied up with Nelson. Held on to Ninehouse, up to the point. McDonald now over to the right side for Brooks. Brooks shot on, and no traffic right into the logo there of Brazeau.
I think there's about 27 different things he could have done that would have been better than that. Although I do say it is never the worst play to put the puck on net. But I do think when you're on the power play, shooting at him when he's not screened from 20 feet away is probably not the best option.
Marshall right off the draw. It's picked up. Nice chip play by Hewitt. Gets it up to Hogarth. Hogarth, a long shot on, is going to miss the net. Hewitt now takes it back into the corner against McDonald. Taken away there. Ninehouse with some speed as he works it out through center. On to the stick of Richardson. Richardson across the blue line. Dumps it in on the backhand. Blake Hall will now go and poke it away there as he takes a stick up in the mass. Quickly readjusts, and now Austin Harper back behind the net here. Harper holds, looks out front, scores. Richardson on the power play, and Sarnia grabs their first lead of the night.
Oh, that's a nice little pass from behind the net. Strathroy defender kind of standing there, went under his stick right to Richardson, and he put it right past Brazeau, and it's 2-1 for Sarnia. And over the last week or so, the Strathroy penalty kill has really struggled. And there's another power play goal against here.
.228 into the period, and Sarnia's got their first lead of the game on the power play. Now Moffett will dump it back in from center, and now chase against Alex Laszlo. Laszlo off the back of the net, gets it up to Dundas and past Dundas. Slager's pass, and Laszlo will try to throw it in. He does. Gallant, left side, looking for a shot to the net. Strobel makes the pad save. Holding on to it. Faulkner down low. Dundas, Gallant couldn't get the shot off there. Out-muscled on the puck. And the Legionnaires get it up through the middle of the ice. Kruger. Laszlo spins. He'll fire a backhand off the glass and up to the line. Not out. Slager's now to the net. Brazeau, stop. Rebound out front. And Brazeau there to cover up and make the save right at the top of the blue paint.
I can't believe that he stopped that. Morningstar looked like he was going to have that rebound all to himself in 4x6 to put it in. But Brazeau snaked out the glove hand and covered it right before Morningstar could get a stick on it. Big save to keep this a one-goal game.
Sarnia getting their opportunities here early in the second period. Puck comes over. Elliston on the left side gets it back to Kindry. Now poked off his stick. Chasing up against the wall here. Tied up. Verspeeten throws a hit there and right back up to his feet, throwing a body around now as both of them shoving out front of the Strathroy net. Velaz tries to chip it back to himself just outside of the blue line. It'll be dumped in by Sligers and Sarnia will chase. Brazeau, who's out of his net to play it, throws it around the boards. Puck through, knocked away by the stick of the goaltender. Velaz on the backhand, rimmed around the boards, gets it up to Michael Elliston. Elliston chip to Perry. Perry at the blue line. To Velaz. Velaz looking for a pass through the middle. Perry holds on to it. Elliston looks, scores! Right back to Michael Elliston, and we are tied at 2, second of the game.
Johnny on the spot. Nice little backhand pass by Perry over to Elliston. He dusts it off and puts it low to the glove side of Strobel, and we're tied. It's almost like I've seen hockey before or something. Elliston just killing it out here tonight. I don't know. I do talk about him often. He's in my opinion the most skilled player on the team. And, the 2 goals tonight doesn't surprise me at all.
Now poked off the stick. Cucci tried to pick it up back behind the net. Looks out front for Piercy. Couldn't get a shot off there. Cucci back down low for Nelson. Working in the corner here, those two. Finally poked off their stick. And it'll be picked up with speed coming through the middle. O'Leary DeLosa right on Harper. Stays onside inside the line. Cucci back behind the net. Thrown into the skates there. Back behind, looks out front. Stopped by Brazeau. Harper, point blank chance there to try and retake the lead.
Brazeau coming up large there. That would have been a bit of a heartbreaker if they had tied the game and then turned right around the next minute and given up a goal to go behind again. But a big save by Matthew Brazeau on another turnover behind the net. Little quick pass, very reminiscent of the power play goal that Richardson scored, but this time Brazeau was able to get it.
Off the draw, Priddle back to the point. Nobody there to get it but the Rockets as Kane Johnson gets it and throws it back to Hewitt just inside the line. Up to the blue line, knocked down. Hogarth. Johnson looking shot. That one missing blocker side. Will bounce all the way back to the Strathroy zone as Cole Smith goes back to chase it. Come out from the right side of the net. Through traffic, still holds on to it here as he works his way into the offensive zone. Now into the corner. McLean tries to throw the body. Smith standing tall in the corner. Pass up to the point. Kindry now shot on goal. Stopped by Strobel and gets the whistle.
Cole Smith channeling his inner Bobby Orr, Paul Coffey, take your pick. Trying to go end to end. And then finished with the, he didn't throw the hit, but he certainly won that hit in the corner.
Back behind the net. Nigel Piercy up to Cucci. Cucci stick handle a little too much there, taken away by Dupuis. Dupuis looking to cut in and fires a shot off a stick and now sits on the back of the net. And that's where it will stay as the whistle blows, and a little bit of a gathering behind the Strathroy net, but the linesman going to clear that out fairly quickly here. 14:37 to go here in period number 2. Both teams already a goal here in the period. Right off the draw. Now it's Piercy coming in across center. Chips it past the defender into the corner. Cucci trying to bang it back out front to him. Up to the line, Laszlo. Now Nelson couldn't hold it in there. He'll have to bring it back out to the neutral zone. Laszlo down the ice. No icing here. Chipped on and tipped on its way through. Throwing a big hit there is Laszlo right at the blue line. Piercy trying to bring it to himself. Dundas in the corner now. Dundas fires a shot to the net there. Laszlo lost a stick on the play. Got one from the bench. Stays alive here. Now he gets a point pass. Dumps it back down low. Puck still alive in the Sarnia zone here as up against the wall goes Piercy. Nelson throws a big hit. Gets a round of applause there from the Rockets bench right out front. Barnes up to the line, able to keep it in, but then turned over. Here's Dupuis, chips it up to Carson Pierre. Now Pierre with speed, trying to cut in, had to beat the official as well. Lost it, now tries to fire one back to the net, hits off the side of the goal. Trying to bring it out front was Barnes. Sarnia now with some pressure inside the Strathroy zone. Laszlo chipped up to the blue line, kept in by McDonald. Carson Pierre over to the other side. To the net, Laszlo back behind it, gets it over to Dundas. Dundas pass up, chipped forward by Gage Gallant, right on goal, and played by Strobel over to the right side. Quick pass, trying to keep the speed up here. O'Leary DeLosa through everyone, got past a couple of men, but right on goal for Brazeau, just ran out of real estate.
A little bit of back and forth. Pretty exciting first 6 minutes and 58 seconds here in the second period. After 2 goals in 20 minutes of the first, we had 2 goals in under 5 minutes here in the second.
Broken stick makes its way to the Strathroy bench. And we are back underway here. Turned over off to the side of the net. Puck bouncing around. Oh! Wide open cage. Fired it over top of the net. And the puck bounces back out to center. Looking. Hogarth cutting through. Tipped on, and that one goes wide. Clearing it off the boards and now out. Chasing it. Here comes Richardson. Richardson, toe drag, cuts the net. Backhand on, and Brazeau makes the save, and he covers up.
The defenseman, McDonald, standing out at the blue line, already had his hands in the air, just assuming, I'm not going to be honest, I thought that puck was just going to end up in the net as well. A terrible giveaway behind the net, a drop pass, blind drop pass by Ryan Marshall, ends up on the stick of the Sarnia forward. Only by the good graces of someone watching this game is this still 2-2.
Had a wide open cage, and he fired it off the glass behind the net. Puck gets up to the half wall. Picked up Kindry over to Perry. Perry. Balaz looking to the net there. Tried to get a tip on from Carson Perry. Couldn't hold on to it. Pass back through the middle. Just out of the reach there as Perry hands it back to the defenseman. Quick pass up to Brendan Balaz, and he'll stick handle back inside the Strathroy zone. Quick pass. Cole Smith steps in across the blue line. He'll dump it in down low. Behind the Sarnia net, played over to the far corner. Balaz looking, comes up to the point for Owen Kindry. Owen Kindry's shot, going to miss well wide. Picked up by Carson Perry down low. Perry pinned against the wall, maintains control of the puck. Up to the blue line, Perry. Kindry now, looking, shot through traffic, stopped by Strobel. Big rebound comes out, still in control of Strathroy. Elliston tried to kick it back to his stick, and he ended up kicking it outside of the zone. And Strathroy will have to hold on, get back to center, and dump it in as the line change starts here with Carson Perry. Quick pass, and Verspeten cuts in. Verspeten to the net, stopped by Brazeau. Big rebound comes out to the side, and it's going to be flipped up and cleared back out to center.
Tried to open him up 5-hole. I think he'd have been better served just taking it wide. But either way, a big save by Brazeau.
Dumped in. Verspeten, another poke there. Brazeau is going to come out of his net to play that loose puck. Fired off the boards. Cucci just shy of center, and it will be icing. He wasn't quite at the red line there, and Strathroy will have to come back in their own zone to take the draw.
Matthew Brazeau, getting a little pad tap there from Nigel Piercy as the faceoff's going to take place in the Rocket zone to the right of Brazeau, and Matthew's done a heck of a job here in the second period, keeping this game where it is.
Kindry rims it around the boards. Piercy takes it off the half wall, feeds it. Cucci, deep move, fires a shot on. That one stopped by Strobel and goes up over top of the glass out of play. So a whistle and a face-off coming inside the Sarnia zone here. We're just shy of the halfway mark, 10:50 to go here in the second, tied at 2.
Right off his mask, up and out of play. Cucci's not afraid to shoot from anywhere. That's about the third time tonight I've seen him shoot from an angle where you wouldn't normally expect a player to shoot from. But he seems to be pretty good at hitting the net with them.
I was making a comment here as that shot fired on, bounces around out front there, cleared off to the corner. Cucci's a guy that didn't get a play until a couple, if not a week ago for Strathroy. We've called his name an awful lot since then.
great hustle. He's got good wheels, and he's not afraid to be physically engaged in the game.
Hewitt down low for Kane Johnson. Knocked away. Now Hewitt up against the wall. Puck's going to be stolen. Kept in by Barnes at the blue line. Now up to Johnson again. Back down low for Hewitt. Hewitt just running out of room there. Pinching in. Laszlo back behind. Fires it in there. That one's stopped by Strobel. Puck's still alive here. Looking back out front for it. Laszlo's going to poke that one back to himself. Back behind the net. Hewitt. Now Laszlo. Laszlo looking. Nice little poke play to put it back out front for himself. And almost faked like he was going to try that Michigan move and bring it out front as it's sent down the ice there off the side of the net. Rockets thought it was going to be an icing there, and Sarnia now with possession. O'Leary DeLosa tried to bring it out front. Johnson picks it up, fires, gets it up to Hewitt. Hewitt will just get to center and dump it in as they'll get a line change. Long pass. Dundas keeps it in at the blue line. Makes the move to get it into the corner. Took a hit. Dundas now. Dundas bringing it back out front. Taken down from behind there and couldn't get a good shot off there. Rockets bench looking for a call on the play there. Not going to get it.
Actually, let's see where this faceoff ends up. Dundas, wild, yes, pushed down to the ice toward the goalpost. Did his best to make sure that net came off. And the faceoff will be to the right of Strobel down in the Sarnia zone with 9:23 to go here.
Over onto the near side. Dundas there to intercept it in the corner. Back behind the net, Faulkner. Faulkner looking out front. Nobody there to pick it up except for Carson Peer now. Peer through the middle. Trying to get that one through and almost got to the net there, but the Rockets got the puck back. Priddle now. Down low in the corner. Riddle walking back behind the net into some skates, and the mess there turns the puck over. Dundas right side, pass. Faulkner left side, looking, shot on. That one stopped. Back behind the net here. Puck still in possession of Strathroy. Now it's taken away, and it'll be cleared out on a backhand to center ice. Pierre and Priddle trying to chase it down. Quick pass up to Faulkner. Faulkner gets across the blue line, fires a shot on. That one stopped. Rebound off to the right side, up to the blue line, kept in. And finally flipped out off the boards and past Marshall here. Rockets getting the puck right back. Kindry. Now Kindry going to chase. Kindry in on the side. Stops. Looks. Pass. Over. Shot over top of the net by Balaz. And out of play.
He got all of it. That was a nice way. Kindry, the defenseman, dropped in front of him to block the shot. But Kindry, patient, heads up play, held on to it, stepped around him, and fired a pass over to Balaz, who got all of that with a one-timer. But it hit nothing on its way out of the zone, up into the netting.
Pass through the middle of the ice to Moffett was knocked away. Alliston up to Balaz, and he'll dump it in on a backhand. Ballack there to get it behind the Sarnia net. Alliston battling, trying to get that puck away. Perry's going to come help out in the far corner. Now Perry looked to bring it out front, knocked away from him. Some time, some space to get it out to center. Past Moffett, though. Now Perry going to quickly come into the offensive zone. Over to Elliston. Elliston looking back to the middle there. That pass knocked away. Quickly gets it over left side. Coming forward into the offensive zone. Morningstar had that knocked off his stick. All the way back. And now trying to dump that one forward. Ballack will. And Sarnia will get a wholesale change here with 7:30 to go in the period. Back to Balaz on the drop pass from Perry. Quickly over to Elliston. Elliston going wide into the corner, far left side of the ice. Now he cuts out. A couple of moves there and finally knocked off his stick as Sarnia now tries to bring it the other way. Pass O'Leary DeLosa. O'Leary DeLosa tried to cut to the net. Good defensive play to take that one away from him. Off to the side there. Elliston out of gas here as he works his way forward. One move to get it past the defender, and that's as far as he'll get it. Looking to come forward with speed now. Harper jumped in. Back behind the net, Brazeau. Playing that one over. Barnes, quick pass up. Johnson now. Johnson through center. Looking over to Hogarth through the middle of the ice. Quick pass to Glass. The Glass, nobody there. Right off the skates of Hewitt. Picked up McDonald inside the offensive zone. He's able to get it low. Laszlo on his man. Pass out front. Nobody there to pick it up. Ninehouse looking. Shot on through traffic. That one hit off the blocker. Picked up again here. Circling around the perimeter. Trying to fire a shot through into glass, picks it up now. Looking to the middle, Ninehouse, backhand on goal. Brazeau, another save, able to keep the puck out. Lots of pressure here for Sarnia. McLean at the blue line, keeps it in. Hewitt able to knock down that puck. Somehow it still stays inside the line. Holding, looking for a shot through traffic. That one's going to miss well wide on the glove side. The glass back down low. Ninehouse looking out front, bouncing puck all the way up to the point. It'll be picked up by Kane Johnson, who will carry it across center, get inside the offensive zone. Still holds onto it back behind the net, now into the corner. Look to go up to the point. The glass able to stop that one. Obviously exhausted as well here as he looks to the bench for a line change. Quick pass, Hall. Marshall drops it, leaves it, shot on. That one's going to miss. Up to the point, trying to poke it, Hall, and that will be blown down, I think, on the glove pass.
Yeah, I think that was the signal I just saw. Face-off's going to be outside the zone here. Oh, it's going to be back in front, just outside the Rockets zone. I think what happened there was a pass from the offensive zone back out into the neutral zone, a hand pass that is still illegal play.
Quick pass through the middle. Piercy, Cucci. Oh, what a move. Almost had it through, but he lost it. Now into the corner. Ballack, Hall, big hit. Puck gets past Hall at the line. There to try and pick it up. Piercy as they're battling right out front of the Strathroy bench. Now Ballack with it. Going to go D to D. Quick pass up to Austin Harper. Off his stick. Quick bounce. Nelson hands it back to the defender and Marshall and Hall back and forth here. Now back to Hall. Near side, gains center. He'll dump it in. Cucci on the opposite wing. Just inside the hash marks. Picked up. Piercy with it. Going to leave it for Nelson. Nelson looking to the net. Stopped and blocked by Slaggers. Now back up to the point. Marshall shot on. That one stopped. Bounces off the boards. Back out front. Another chance there. Rebound out front. And it's cleared off and up to the point. Marshall now pinching in. Back behind the net. Holding. Nelson up to the point. Hall shot through traffic, and that one stopped and covered up there by Strobel.
And there's Cucci. Right in the middle of it with lots to say. As I said earlier, he's not afraid to get engaged. He's been a bit of a breath of fresh air over the last week or so on the roster. Lots of hustle and some pretty good hands.
We talk about his physicality for a forward. He's pretty big here in junior, 6'3". In the corner now. Stilianu tries to play it up. He gets it up. And now Morningstar will pick it up. Morningstar going to come one-on-one here. Lost it. Kindry right on goal. And Brazeau coming out at the top of the goal crease there to cover up.
It's a nice job by Kindry to hold his ground there with the rushing forward coming at him. Morningstar didn't really have much of a play.
Face-off one back by Perry. Kindry cycles it around the boards. Leaves it for Michael Elliston. His pass over to Smith. Smith will get just shy of center. Dump it in, and Belaz will finish off the dump in right on goal. Quickly trying to move it up ice here are the Legionnaires. It's Carson Perry back at center, leaving it for Smith. Long pass onto the stick. Belaz at the blue line to Elliston. Elliston back to Belaz. Cuts to the net. Got a shot off there, and it's stopped by Strobel. Looking back to the middle there. Perry up to the line. Keeping it in, Kindry over to Elliston. Elliston will just cycle it down low into the corner. Belaz to try and help him out. Tied up there with Stilianu. It's Perry cutting out to the middle there. Puck knocked off his stick, and he'll have to carry it all the way back out to the neutral zone. Return pass to the captain, Perry. Perry into the slot, looking shot, fires it off the bar, and out of play.
That was a shot. Didn't quite make it to the hash marks coming down the pipe and put it right off the crossbar and up and out of play. Face-off comes outside the zone. Unfortunate circumstance off that chance.
Play developed really quickly with Perry just coming all the way from center. Got himself in a good shot. Rung it off the bar. Tage Gallant in the corner now for Strathroy. Two Legionnaires, and now a third coming in there to help out. It's McLean on the backhand. Can't get it past Dylan Dundas. Faulkner will come in and assist. And finally, Sarnia will break that one out past center. Laszlo, his own blue line, up to Faulkner at center ice. Faulkner brings it in across the blue line. Looks to the middle of the ice for Dundas. Off his stick into the corner. Bouncing puck. Barnes able to settle it down. Barnes now looking for a shot, just trying to throw it to the net there. Hit a body out front. Dundas knocked off his stick. Faulkner trying to chip it through, looking out in the blue paint, scores! What an effort! Caden Faulkner puts it into the middle, finishes off the job, and the Rockets back out in front, 3-2.
He would not be denied as he was falling, reaching around Strobel to tuck it in on the far side. What an effort, as you said, by Caden Faulkner. Big smile on the forward's face as he heads to the bench. And with 2:23 to go in the second, the Rockets have regained the lead. It's 3-2.
The effort right there for Caden Faulkner, and he's given the Rockets a 3-2 lead. That was shot on from Kane Johnson, and Strobel has that one, makes the save. 2:18 to go here in the second. It's the Rockets now with the lead again. I would love to hold on to it here in the final 2:18 of this period and go to the third with that lead. Hall now looking left side, just out of the reach of Marshall, who is pinching in. Bounce pass up to the point again. Shot through traffic, tipped. Goes wide. Slagers over top of the glass and out of play. And we'll keep the face-off inside of the Sarnia zone.
That's got to be a source of frustration for visiting players when they come here and they've got that really short glass in both defensive zones. You think you're rimming it off the glass and out, and there's a face-off in your own end.
You see it all the time with players. Smaller rink than usual, as well as that shot's tipped on off to the side, and Strobel couldn't cover it up. Now Sarnia will bring it back out the other way. Richardson grabs speed, comes in across the blue line. On the right side from the corner, shot to the net there. Stopped by Brazeau. Big rebound comes out. Back down low for O'Leary DeLosa. Quick pass up, Hewitt. Hogarth across the line. Looking, shot on up high and stopped by the goaltender Strobel. And now some shoves back behind the Sarnia net.
Ballack in this game, that's about the second or third time I've seen him getting involved with the Rockets players. I think maybe his dinner was cold before the game. Like, he's not been in a very good mood out there tonight. Him and Moffat, number 7 for the Legionnaires, also has looked like he was not in a good mood from the puck drop.
Harship here couldn't quite get it out past the line. Brooks now behind the Sarnia net. Up to the blue line, and that's as far as it'll get. Just outside the line to the neutral zone. Trying to knock it away. Piercy pokes it over to Nelson. Nelson now. A couple of men on him. Gets it back behind the net. Kuchi will pick it up. Kuchi now looking to the net. Oh, Nelson tipped it, but it went right just wide on the right side of the goal. DeGlass trying to clear. McDonald will come in and help out. Down to the final minute here of this second period. Balaz looking to get it down low for Nelson. Holding on to it. Sets down a man trying to make a hit. That was Ninehouse. Now up to the point. Bounces over top of the stick of Smith. Foot race for it. Pierre coming in, but a good defensive play to knock it away. Now the puck's loose in the slot and finally cleared back out to center.
Great effort by Smith after he missed that puck at the blue line to chase down the forward.
He was beaten by speed, but he's able to make a nice play to stop the offensive chance for Sarnia. Balaz looking, shot, fired over top of the glove side of the goal. Kindry able to get it back down low. This one's going to be flipped up and down the ice. Smith able to stop that one, gets it to the blue line. Nelson now, Kindry over to Elliston. Elliston, 10 seconds to go here, breaks his way in. Smith leaves it, but Balaz unable to pick the puck up. It'll be cleared out to center, and the horn will go, and that'll do it for the second period. So both clubs trading goals early in the second period, but it's the Rockets and Caden Faulkner grabbing the late lead, a 3-2 lead, and that is where we sit after 2 periods of play here from Strathroy.
That was a much better period. Still a couple of breakdowns, in their own end with the giveaways. But they came back after falling behind 2-1 and take a 3-2 lead going into the third period.
So the Rockets happy with their performance in that second period. They'll head to the locker room, as mentioned, up by 1. The scoring summary in period number 2. It was Ryan Richardson getting Sarnia on the power play. Their first lead of the game, 2-1, 2 minutes and 28 seconds into the second. Michael Elston didn't wait too long to respond for his second of the game for Strathroy to tie the game at 2, and then we went about 13 scoreless minutes there before Caden Faulkner got the Rockets the lead back. 3-2 after 2 periods of play. The shots on goal, 16-9 in the second period for Strathroy. A 2-period total of 24-18 for the Rockets here on this Saturday night. We'll go ahead and we'll take the break here from Strathroy. Third period coming up. You're listening to Strathroy Rockets Hockey on the Rockets YouTube page and watching on hockeytv.com.
The following live broadcast of Strathroy Rockets Hockey is made possible thanks to our generous sponsors. Andy's Legendary Pizza, located at 10 Metcalf Street West in Strathroy. Commonwealth Financial, located at 370 Albert Street in Strathroy and online at commonwealthfinancial.ca. Carpet One Floor and Home, located at 325 Caradoc Street South in Strathroy. All Season Concrete, located just outside Strathroy, and visit them online at allseasonconcrete.ca. MNP Accounting, Consulting and Tax Services, located at 6 Front Street in downtown Strathroy. And by Middlesex Chiropractic. Visit them at 117 Thomas Street in Strathroy. The following is a live presentation of Strathroy Rockets hockey. Aspro's in alone. Daniel Aspro, breakaway, scores! To the net here, still has it. Over to the side, center, scores!
Two periods of hockey complete here as we welcome you back for period number 3 from the West Middlesex Memorial Center in Strathroy. It's the Rockets, the hometown club, out in front to a 3-2 lead after 2 periods of play. And Eldon, they have played really well on offense tonight, creating a lot of chances. In that second period, though, we talked about it in the first intermission, a little bit sloppy on defense, far too many giveaways. Cleaned it up a little bit in that second period of play.
They did. They did have one that almost led to a goal, but in the first period, they had a half a dozen that almost led to goals. So, and actually one of them did turn into a goal. So, no, they really did work a lot better in their own end. Great effort. You know, you see guys like, Smith chasing down a puck that he missed a pass at the blue line. He wanted to make sure that he was the first one back. Coochie chasing down guys in the, to steal pucks in the offensive zone. If this game doesn't go their way this evening, it will not be for a lack of effort.
So the Rockets currently up 3-2 here in Strathroy, and a big third period on the way here to see if they can finish off this busiest stretch of the season. 5 games in 8 days for Strathroy over the last week or so, and they're trying to bookend it with a win here on this Saturday night against Sarnia. The out-of-town scoreboard giving you up to date on the games in the Western Conference. In Kamoka, Leamington has a massive 6-0 lead over the Kamoka Kings, who continue to be on a little bit of a downward spiral here in the second half of this season, with a couple of guys down to injuries here, and Leamington taking it to them. Shots on goal 39-14 for Leamington in that hockey game. Over in London at the Western Fair, LaSalle has opened up a 4-1 lead over the first place London Nationals. That game about midway through the third period here, so LaSalle trying to make up some ground here on a always tough London Nationals club.
Well, that certainly doesn't help things for the Nationals. You got a home game on a Saturday night, LaSalle with the longer trip in, and if I see there right, LaSalle, a couple of power play goals. That'll help do it.
And, of course, Leamington up 6-0 on Kamoka. That would be huge for Leamington if they can go into Kamoka, get a road win, and you know that London is losing a couple of points as well by not picking up a huge home win over LaSalle if that score does hold at 4-1 like it is right now in favor of LaSalle. But here in Strathroy, we're just about set and ready for period number 3 from the West Middlesex Memorial Center as the refs and now the teams make their way back out to the ice here. And it is Strobel and Brazil leading the way for both teams. Brazil has played well tonight, Eldon. We haven't talked about him much because he hadn't had to make a whole lot of spectacular saves, but we talked about the turnovers in the first period and still the turnovers in the second period. Sometimes, although those aren't flashy saves, they're the ones that really, when it comes down to, you're leaning on him to make those.
You look at it as extra mileage. It's like a pitcher, right? Like that extra call that didn't go as a strike. It's a ball. It turns into a few more pitches because that guy gets on, and then you got to see another guy. And it's the same here. Like he's probably made 6 saves tonight that he shouldn't have had to make, and gave up a goal. The first goal for the Legionnaires tonight was due to a turnover. So, you're putting extra work on them. And, yeah, it's not flashy saves and diving all over the place. But, he's got to stay in it because you guys can't keep the puck out of our own end.
A little tougher on the goalie, too, and he doesn't have a chance to sit back knowing that a turnover could happen at any moment. And a couple of Sarnia players late making their way out onto the ice, left the door open. So McDonald on defense will go over and shut the door, and we'll be underway.
Good job by number 15 to close that up.
Right off the draw, it's one off to the Sarnia bench. Coochie tried to play it forward. It was knocked back to Barnes on the Strathroy blue line. Laszlo, with a man coming right on him there, is taken down to the ice, and both of those guys slow to get back up. Barnes has it back behind the Strathroy net now. Comes out from the right side. Going to hand it off. Gucci will circle back behind the net. And he's just going to wait this one out. Forced out. Hands it back. Laszlo now. Chipped off the boards. Gets it out to center ice. Dumped in by Piercy, who's thrown down to the ice. Out of the net to play, it was Strobel. Had to scramble back a little bit. Off to the side now. Strobel out front there. McDonald pulls it away from him. Keeps it alive as he throws it back out to center ice.
I'm glad he's engaged, but I'm not sure I want my goalie in the corner.
Scrambled back into the net there, but all good here as Sarnia has possession inside their own zone. Right off onto the bench there, and now breaking into the offensive zone left side. Cutting back behind the net, looks out front for Richardson. Richardson couldn't tap that one in, just out of the reach of him. Knocked down. O'Leary DeLosa the other way, looking shot into the legs of Kindry. Picked up into the corner by Smith. Perry will try to poke it away. Elliston up to the line, kept in. Slaggers down low for O'Leary DeLosa. Past Kindry. Now out front, Richardson looking shot. That one blocked, didn't make it there. Knocked down out front. Brazeau is out to make the save. Another chance there as it's thrown out front.
Net.
And the net is off, just behind Brazeau off to his right side.
Yeah, he went to push off to go right to left there, and the net just came off, but the official just happened to be looking in that direction, blew it down immediately. Face-off will be to Brazeau's left in the Strathroy zone.
I will say, and I hope I'm not jinxing it in this game, but they installed some new pegs here in the nets at the West Middlesex Memorial Center just before Christmas, and we've seen the nets come off at a much lower rate since then as it's sent down the ice right on goal for Strobel, and he has no choice but to cover up there.
I didn't know that. And here I just thought I don't know what I thought. That one down to our left would come off constantly. But no, it just kills it. Kills the game. I'm glad they fixed that up.
Face-off off to the right of Strobel. One back to the point. Blake Hall now through traffic. Stopped. Picked up. Johnson in the corner. Still holding on to it here. Lost it. Hogarth spins. Johnson gets it back. Another chance here. Johnson back into the net there. And that one fired wide there as he was sent down to the ice on a hit. Back to Hall at center. Hall just going to dump this one in. Big hit there, and off the boards. Hogarth knocks down that clearing attempt. Back behind the net. Johnson picks it up, fires it off the side of Strobel. Another chance there, and it's cleared back out to center. Hall to Marshall. Settles this one down inside their own zone. Now in front of the Strathroy bench. Hogarth chips it up to Hewitt. Hewitt taken down into the boards. Johnson looking to the net there, poked away. Hewitt holds onto it on his forehand. Circles down low. Almost pinned against the wall. Ballack, nice little chip to move that one past the forward. Kruger couldn't get it past. Johnson looking through, tipped on by Hewitt. Another rebound chance off to the side there. Pokes it back out front, and it's covered up by Strobel. There's some stick play there as Ballack poking away, trying to just push Johnson's feet away, it almost looked like.
Well, it was almost like he wanted to stick him for taking the little whack at the goaltender, but then decided that he was going to try and trip him instead. I'm not really sure what happened there.
Just shy of 3 minutes into the third here. Rockets maintaining a 1-goal lead. Face off one back. Faulkner back behind the net with Brooks holding on to the puck here. Trying to take that puck away from him. Brooks gets it up to the blue line. Not out. Barnes back down low. Puck bounces off the end boards. Picked up. Gallant now. Gallant in the slot. Firing one on. Big rebound comes out of the reach of Dundas. Now thrown off the boards and out to center for Laszlo. Trying to chip that one back to himself. Ninehouse. Nice move coming through the middle there. Stopped up at the line. DeGlass, left side. Cuts to the net here. Couldn't get a shot off. Around the boards to Alex Laszlo. Laszlo now, chipping it up. Tage Gallant just at the Strathroy blue line. Now he'll bring it forward. Inside the offensive zone, shot on. Strobel had trouble with it. Big rebound comes out. Gallant tries to throw another one in, and it lands on the back of the net there. And Dundas tried to get it off there, but all too late there as it was blown down.
Face-off will be to the right of Strobel here, who again's been a little bit busy here early in the third period. In all three periods, the Rockets have carried play early. And we talk about how big the points are for Strathroy. Sarnia's the team chasing. These 2 points are just as big, if not bigger, to them. So you know they're going to be flying here in the third.
Harper trying to chase down Kindry. Hogarth throws it up into the air. There to try and chase it down. It's Kane Johnson into the offensive zone. Johnson's shot fired off the post there. Had a nice screen. Beat the goalie, didn't beat the post. Poked out past the Sarnia bench to center. Johnson knocks it up to Hewitt. Hewitt with his glove down to his stick, and he'll dump it in. Behind the Sarnia net now, throwing it off the boards to Illyria DeLosa. That draws a big reaction there as puck knocked away. Hogarth, a couple of men right on him there, trying to get that puck away. Richardson, now Illyria DeLosa, cut to the net there. Lost it. Stiliano on a backhand, dumps it down low. Harper, Illyria DeLosa off to the side of the net, cleared up to the blue line, not out. Stiliano to the net, blocked, picked up, and now Hogarth with some space off the left side. Throws it to the neutral zone, knocked down by the glove of Kane Johnson, gets in, fires a shot, and now he'll go for a change.
Twice tonight the Rockets have drawn iron behind Strobel.
Velaz just inside the blue line here in the Sarnia zone. Down low, Perry will chase. Stiliano gets that one over to the far side of the ice. Throwing the body, Velaz trying to get it down low. Has Ellison with him. Still battling to try and get that puck loose. Going to lose this one. Kruger to center, and a big hit by Marshall coming across the middle of the ice there. A little bit high. He's got to be careful there. Left side, Perry. Physicality picking up here as Perry had to dump it back into his own zone. Marshall rimmed around the boards, past everyone, and back out to the neutral zone. Quick pass, Brooks off the stick there and down the ice, no icing. Stopped behind the net by Brazeau, picked up by Marshall, and Hall now gives it back to Marshall in the near corner, left side of the ice. Quick pass, Blake Hall, up ice, intercepted. Slagers comes the other way into the offensive zone, wide, fires one, stopped by the pad of Brazeau. Picked up again here as they work around the perimeter. Now cut to the net, tipped over top by Richardson. Velaz on the far side of the ice trying to pick it up here as it goes into a log jam. Off onto the side of the boards by the hash marks. Perry now trying to get it up to Ellison with Priddle right on him. Now Perry will pick it up. Out front of the Strathroy net, hands it off to Hall. Now to Marshall. Quick pass. Elliston to center ice. Elliston gains center. Now the offensive zone. Into the corner here. Elliston, a couple of nice moves. Stick handles to himself. Now he's tied up. Gets the puck out front. One-time chance. Nelson rebound out front again. And it's cleared down the ice.
Everything Elliston did set up a great chance by Noah Nelson. And he blistered that one-timer just wide of the net. And now on the icing call, the officials are trying to make sure the right 5 Legionnaires end up on the ice as they were in the middle of an attempted change.
Right off the draw, one off to the side of the net there. Picking it up in the corner. Cucci trying to win that one to himself. Has it at the blue line. Still holding on to it. Nice move, gets it back, fires a shot. That one just going to miss glove side. Up to the point for Charlie Barnes. Back down low behind the net. Picked up by Brooks. Now Wes Brooks fires it up. Unable to clear the zone just yet. Cucci fires a shot to the net. That one stopped. Left side, McDonald high into the air, out to center. Glove down by Laszlo. They're able to finally get that change here as Sarnia gets some fresh legs onto the ice. Barnes has a couple of forechecking players now looking, shot on by Nelson. That one well over top and well wide of the net. Barnes cycled back down low for Piercy. Hops over top of his stick. Nelson now. He's down low to help out. Physicality just ramping up here in this third period. 12:25 to go. Cucci from his own zone. Chips it off the boards to himself. Picks it up. Gains the offensive zone. Drops. Nelson shot. That one might have got a piece of it by Strobel. Goes off into the corner. Now Piercy knocks it away. Cucci came in there to try and help him out. Got chipped passes. Cucci steps up into the rush there, and now we'll get some shoves out front, and there's a penalty on the play.
No arm. Oh, there is an arm. Sorry, Scheffler. We got a roughing call here. Harvey, who seemed to be the closest guy to it. Oh, he is sending both. Okay.
Harvey had that play right in front of him, and it wasn't him who made the call. It was actually Scheffler from the far side of the ice.
Well, at first I thought the reason I didn't see an arm was because he just blew it down and thought, okay, you're both going. There's no... But then, yeah, Scheffler kind of came out of the clouds over on my right side here. I didn't see him with the arm up. But either way, with a 3-2 lead, it's still 5-on-5 here. 12:02 to go in the third period.
Just getting a couple guys off the ice to de-escalate things a little bit here. Off the boards at center. O'Leary DeLoso will chip that into the corner. He'll chase. He'll be the first one to get there. Little spin move as he's tied up against the wall. 2 Rockets, 2 Legionnaires down low. Now a third Legionnaire in to help out. He picks up the puck, looks out front for Harper. Harper couldn't get a shot off. O'Leary DeLoso now. Knocked off his stick at the side. Quick pass. Johnson over to Hewitt. Hewitt across center into the offensive zone. Oh, and he had it and lost it. Kicked it on goal. And covered up by Strobel.
As he went through the defenseman, he didn't realize it was in his feet, and his next stride kicked it right to the goaltender and took away his chance. But does create a face-off with 11:25 to go in the Sarnia zone to the right of Strobel.
Up to the point. Marshall looking for a shot. It was blocked. Coming forward with it, Marshall, and now that's going to be a call. Interference, I would imagine.
If he just skates to the puck, he's fine. But he decided he was going to take the body, and the puck wasn't there.
So with 11:17 left here in the third and a 1-goal lead, Strathroy is going to have to go to the penalty kill unit, and a big power play coming here for the Legionnaires.
Well, as I said, this is a bigger 2 points to Sarnia, really, than it is to Strathroy. So you know they're going to be out here flying, and this is a big opportunity for them to tie the game.
Brooks from the point. McDonald, left side, shot over top of the net. Bounces off the glass up to the blue line and kept in by Brooks. Laszlo down low, taken away from him. Coming out over to the left side. DeGlass to McDonald. Tries to go back to DeGlass. Barnes will take it, and he'll just tie it up against the wall. Picking it up behind the net, looking for a centering pass there. Knocked away. McDonald keeps it at the point. Shot to the net, stopped by Brazeau. Held onto here by Harper, and then finally cleared down the ice. 40 seconds into the man advantage.
Wholesale change here for the Rockets. 4 fresh penalty killers.
McDonald, the setup man behind the net here for Sarnia. He'll bring it out, gets the center, passes it off to the left side. Brooks leaves it for him. Has some trouble with it, McDonald. Tied up against the wall there. Nelson trying to get it through. Brooks will get the puck loose all the way over to the opposite corner. Now Smith trying to tie it up against the wall here. Harper trying to dig it out. Perry cleared up to the point. McDonald keeps it in. McDonald shot through and gloved down. Is reaching out in front of his body is Matthew Brazeau.
Kendry and Smith doing a heck of a job keeping that lane clear, pushing their men to the outside, giving Brazeau a very clean look at that wrist shot. And McDonald didn't get a whole lot on it. 48 seconds left in the penalty to Ryan Marshall.
On the right side from the hash marks, it's Jet Morningstar, rimmed around the boards, gets it all the way over onto the left side. Walking down low with it, Priddle. Hands it off to O'Leary DeLosa. O'Leary DeLosa off to the side of the net. Ballot coming in, looking for a chance out front, and it'll be cleared back out to center.
Break there for Brazeau, going the wrong way on the pass.
Now O'Leary DeLosa trying to cut to the net, poked off his stick by Cole Smith. To the point. Looking for it. O'Leary DeLosa again. Left side. Hands it off down low. Shot on. Stopped by Brazeau. Cleared up to the line. Not out. Now another chance here. This one's picked up by Elliston. Has some time. Skates back behind the net. And will throw it off the glass and get it out to center. That does it for the penalty as Ryan Marshall's back onto the ice. Cole Smith now. Over to Charlie Barnes. Barnes taken down. Able to still maintain control of the puck here for Strathroy. Up to the point. McLean. Shot to the net. Tipped by O'Leary DeLosa. Now picked up behind. Looking into the paint there. And it's going to be cleared down the ice. And this one will just miss the goal.
Hit the side of the net, not the post. It is different because it didn't hit the goal post. It's funny, I'm answering the questions that are being asked on the Rockets bench here. How is that any different than the one they waved off earlier?
Nonetheless, a good penalty kill for Strathroy.
Great job. Yeah, great job.
More importantly, another few minutes off the clock here. 8:50 to go here in this third period. Still a 1-goal lead for Strathroy. Back behind the net, O'Leary DeLosa trying to dig it out for Sarnia. He's tied up against the wall. Looking, on-angle shot, gets behind Brazeau. Oh, and it stays out. somehow Austin Harper pointing, trying to figure out how that puck did not go in the net.
And Harper palms up here wondering, I don't know what he's wondering, sure, upset about the fact the puck was there and the net came off. Not quite sure what he expects the official to be able to do about that.
Tough to tell from here. Looked like the shot hit off the shoulders of Brazeau and might have went behind him at some point.
I was afraid that was going to fall in behind him into the net.
It stays out, and it stays a 3-2 Strathroy lead. Puck chipped out to center ice for Hewitt. Hewitt trying to get that puck back right on Richardson. Now he does, pokes it to himself. Hewitt shot over top of the net. Back out to center. Hull will just dump it back in, and Sarnia now will have to start from their own zone as Brooks sets up behind the goal. Through center to Harper. Harper, lone Legionnaire deep as he got it in, but he couldn't get it any further than 10 feet inside the blue line. Hewitt at center ice, right on Stilianu. Down low in front of us, trying to pick this puck up. Hogarth will dump it in from distance. Finds its way back behind the net and over to McDonald. Almost poked off his stick. Kane Johnson with an effort there to get the puck away. Center ice for Blake Hall. Little no-look pass behind him to Marshall.
Ooh.
Marshall tries to dump it in, hits off Kane Johnson. Oh, and now poked off the stick there, right on goal and running out of room as it's covered up by Brazeau.
Can't handle the puck like that. You're the last man back at the blue line. If you don't have a play, get it off the boards now. Lucky bounce, actually. It ended up just rolling into Brazeau, not creating a chance really for the Legionnaires.
Exactly what we talked about in the early goings of this game, the first period and a little bit into the second as well. The turnovers happening, but they're happening with the last guy back. And it actually led to the first Sarnia goal of the game. Behind the net for Owen Kindry. Around the boards, Balaz will chip it out. Got it out to center, but it's dumped right back in by Sarnia. Elliston picks it up to Kindry. Now the return pass onto the stick of Elliston. Taken away from him. Balaz, quick pass. Cole Smith, left side. Smith looking, shot right on, and Strobel makes the save and covers up. 7 minutes even to go here in the third.
The one thing they don't really do, and I don't think they've done it really at all tonight, is dump the puck in. Always an attempt to make a cross-ice pass in the neutral zone. When it works, it looks great. And when it doesn't, you've got two guys going back the other way. And I think with a 3-2 lead, discretion being the better part of valor, some more dump-ins to kill clock might be a more judicious way.
Morningstar got it into the offensive zone, but that's as far as he got it. Now Perry with some speed into the offensive zone. Perry cuts to the net, takes himself, almost got a chance there, into the corner now. Holding on to it out front. Perry into the slot, and then finally the last move was enough to get it knocked off his stick and thrown into the bench by Moffitt on his way into the offensive zone.
Yeah, face-off will be in the neutral zone.
Sarnia bench pointing at the clock there. And I'm not sure if it was ran too long or stopped too early.
One or the other. I heard something from the Rockets bench about time off the clock, but again, that could be one way or the other. Strathroy certainly would not be complaining had it run too long.
That is likely the case. We'll know better here when the puck drops if they hold it for a bit. That's usually what they do if it is a matter of just a few seconds. And they're going to hold the clock here for, count it out in your head, Eldon, what seems like 5 seconds
almost
or so.
a 5 count, yeah.
Back underway here, 6:20 to go in the third. Inside the Strathroy zone, Ryan Marshall going to circle back in the corner here. Passes over to the right side, able to chip that one past his. It'll be picked up by Richardson inside of the Sarnia zone. Quick pass up, right past the bench. O'Leary DeLosa to center. He'll dump it into the opposite corner. Takes a funky hop off the boards there. Back onto the stick of Marshall. Marshall just going to take it himself to center and fires a shot in. Takes a hop on goal. Strobel makes the pad save. Off the boards, up to the line. Marshall shot through. That one stopped. Hit a body out front on the way to the net there. Into the corner. Bodies colliding there, and you could feel that one from up here. O'Leary DeLosa, far side of the ice to bring it in. knocked away. Shot on goal, going to miss by plenty. Marshall trying to get it out, couldn't, kept in by Harper. Back behind the net, Richardson looks out front, couldn't get the shot off there. His bodies continue to fly. Physicality ramping up here, 5:20 to go in the third.
Now's not the time to take a penalty.
Marshall able to get it up. This one's going to be flipped over top of everyone, and not enough to slow it down. It'll be an icing against Strathroy.
Yeah, Kane Johnson grabbed before he was able to get off the ice for a change. Yeah, I'm all for physicality, but with 5:09 to go and a 1-goal lead, you don't want to do anything to put your team short. You've already killed one. You don't want to have to kill another one here.
You'll get teammates sometimes throwing hits. It gets you excited. You want to throw a hit as well, and that's when you'll take the penalty. Down low here, it's Marshall in the corner. On his forehand, picks it up, works it up to center ice. Cucci was looking for a break pass there, but it was knocked away from him. Carson Peer dumped forward, back behind the net again. Hall out past a couple of Legionnaires, gets it up to Nelson. Nelson gains center. Cucci well offside there, and the Rockets blown down. 4:43 left here in the period.
I have one knock on Cucci. That is not the first time in the last week that I have seen him do that. Just too excited, too fast, heading into the offensive zone and going offside.
Off the draw, able to get it inside the Sarnia zone here. Now it's kept in at the blue line by Nelson. Nelson looking to the slot for a shot for Piercy. Got some on it, but not enough to get a shot to the net. Back behind the net here. Noah Nelson chipped it to himself out front. Now has it in the circle. Back behind the net for Cucci. Cucci looking out front for Piercy. Couldn't get the shot off again. Piercy will pick it up. Maintains pressure. Out, in, through. Shot to the net. Stopped by Strobel as he covers up.
There's some good pressure by that line of Nelson, Piercy, and Cucci. Once they got the puck in, cycling it around in the left corner there, and ended up with a half-decent chance on goal with 4:15 left. And now we'll take a deserved rest as a new line comes over the boards.
Sarnia wins the face-off, throws it over to the far left side, bringing it across center. Now Moffett will dump it in. And the Legionnaires get set to chase inside the Strathroy zone here. Kindry. Right side for Dundas. Tried to chip that one. Comes right back out front there. Faulkner tried to pick it up. Now he has it on his backhand. Gets it up to Dundas. Dundas. Pass, not a whole lot on it. Intercepted. Moffett will dump it in. And now Moffett does dump it. Smith now. Past Dundas and cleared out to center. Now it's picked up by Kindry. Up to Gallant. Gallant will chip it past Stilianu, and they're inside the Sarnia zone. Now Gallant looking out front. That one bouncing around, losing an edge there. Dundas couldn't pick it up as McDonald was scrambling to get back up to his feet. Faulkner. Now Dundas comes in, shot on, and stopped by Strobel.
I think he may have stepped on the puck and fallen. And there's no more lonely feeling than when you step on a puck and down you go. It's a long way. It feels longer than when you get hit. Face off to the left of Strobel with 3:22 to go. And loving the effort here by the Rockets in the back half of this third period.
Sarnia who wins the draw and gets pressure right away. It's Ballack handing it off. Quick pass up, and O'Leary DeLosa, the captain, steps inside the offensive zone. Has to hand it off down low. Barnes trying to tie it up. Harper comes in there. Kane Johnson will get it, and they'll fire it over top of everyone. It's not going to have enough to go for icing. Works in Strathroy's favor. Brings it up. Ballack dumps it in. Back behind the net for Alex Laszlo. Laszlo, Barnes, and now Johnson. They'll get it out coming through the middle. No, they can't clear the blue line. Holding on to it, Hogarth down low. Trying to come out from the opposite side for Marshall. O'Leary DeLosa looking to try and bring it out front. Was knocked off his stick. And finally thrown off the boards and out by Alex Laszlo. Dumped in off the stick of Richardson. Laszlo will pick it up. Flipped into the air, back to the Sarnia zone. 2:20 to go here in the third. Strobel looks to the bench here as Sarnia makes their way up. Might be a bit early still. Flipped up into the neutral zone and out again for Strathroy. Out of the Sarnia bench. Picked up by Carson Peer. Peer looking for a pass to Kruger. Almost picked it up, back up himself. Gets over to Michael Elliston. Elliston flipped up, kept in by a high stick. Now Marshall up to Perry. Little short 2-on-1 here. Balaz looking, holds, Till to the net. Shot on, that one stopped by Strobel. Big rebound came out. And now Perry has it again. Perry makes a move, lost it in the corner. Elliston to help him out. Minute 40 to go here in the third. Elliston holds, Elliston shot, scores! Hat trick, Michael Elliston. 4-2 Strathroy.
He just carried it and carried it and carried it and finally got himself to a spot just on the Rockets logo, just inside the blue line in the Sarnia zone, and he rifled that wrist shot and it beat Strobel stick side. And with 1:35 to go, it's now a 2-goal lead. And there's the puck being thrown by Perry into the bench. No doubt will get taped up by Mike Brooks for the hat trick goal. And probably his the deke in the first period was probably nicer. But what a heck of a shot by Elliston for the hat trick.
I believe his second hat trick of the season. First was Strathroy, and a huge fourth goal for the Rockets.
Oh, yeah, he had a 4-goal game with the Nationals earlier this season.
Dumped down the ice, and there'll be icing here against Strathroy. And Strobel will come to the bench with 1 minute and 26 seconds to go. And Sarnia now looking for their timeout, trailing by 2.
Wow, this is the difference between being 6 points behind Strathroy and 10 points behind Strathroy. You mentioned maybe being a bit early a minute or so ago. If Patrick Waugh, being an NHL coach, has ever showed us anything, there's no such thing as too early to pull your goaltender. Especially, and I mean, I'm not going to say their season's on the line tonight, but it very well could be.
You said a big 4-point swing in terms of how much they trail Strathroy by. We'll take a final look at the out-of-town scoreboard here. It's a final score in London. LaSalle beating the first-place Nationals by a score of 5-1 on the road, and then over in Kamoka, it ended up being a 6-0 final for Leamington over the Kamoka Kings. So Leamington moving 2 points closer to London tonight. That's big for them.
I think that's a 1-point gap now with that 2-point swing. It's going to be an exciting finish, I think, between those two for the first seed in the Western Conference playoffs.
Chatham has snuck up a little bit on them, right behind them, but with a few extra games played here, we'll see if it's enough. We're back underway here. Final minute 20 of this third period. Kindry looking to try and clear. Capped in and now thrown up through the middle. Dundas trying to get that one up, and it's knocked down with a high stick. McDonald disagreeing, but he's not going to have much of a gripe there.
A bounce off of someone doesn't negate the hand pass. It did hit somebody, but then it went directly to a teammate. That's still a hand pass. The face-off will be just outside the Rockets zone on the far side of the ice with 1:12 remaining.
From center, McDonald will dump it in. The Legionnaires will chase. It's O'Leary DeLosa in the corner here for Sarnia. Ninehouse shot goes off a skate and out of play. And I think it was a Rocket skate. I would be surprised if this moves anywhere from outside of the zone.
Yeah, I believe it was off of a Rocket as Faulkner gets ready. Take the face off to the left of Brazeau here as we approach the final minute of play.
In the corner, Harper up to the point for Brooks. Brooks looking for a shot through, and Brazeau, although some traffic out front, had a clear lane to see that one and makes the save.
And again, there it is, Kindry and Smith on the ice. Brazeau's had a good look. Just when you think it would probably be an opportunity for a screen, that D pair of Smith and Kindry have done a great job in this third period, letting Brazeau see those long-distance shots.
Harper trying to dig it out in a scrum right off the face-off. Hewitt now. Rockets still can't clear. Now they will. It gets out to the neutral zone. 40 seconds to go here. McDonald handing it off right side. Brooks chip pass through the middle. Trying to knock it down. It's Harper. Dumping it on a backhand. Smith now throws that one. Gets it out to center. Knocked down by McDonald. Now he brings it into the offensive zone. Kindry flipped into the air. Down the ice. Bouncing puck. Does it have enough? It does! Kindry ices it with 20 seconds to go. And that should hold on for Strathroy.
I don't hate the play. He got a break. It rolled up on its edge, and the Sarnia defenseman wasn't able to catch up to it. But when you've got a 2-goal lead, I don't hate the idea of icing the puck, because even if they come down, get the face-off in your end, and they score, you're still ahead. So, but no, he nice little flip and curl, and it's now 5-2.
A big difference as well. You'll see guys often take a shot, if you will, for an empty net. He just kind of flipped it. I don't think goal was the intended target, but it worked out in his favor.
Well, it's a good thing it hit the net, because it would have been icing otherwise. But as I said, 2-goal lead, that wouldn't have been the worst play in the world.
Tipped into the Sarnia zone here, and the Legionnaires will move it up ice shortly, but that'll do it. Here's the final horn will go, and the Rockets hold on for a 5-2 win, and will bookend the busiest stretch of the regular season with a win here over Sarnia.
Well, we discussed it before the game, and a little bit here in the third period. The difference between a 6-point lead after tonight and a 10-point lead over Sarnia, and the Rockets now have a 10-point bulge on the Legionnaires. 7 games remaining for the Rockets, but the Legionnaires do have 11. This doesn't clinch a playoff spot, but as we said, the Rockets would have to basically go winless in their final 7 games, and the Legionnaires would have to win 6 of their last 11, which they haven't done all season. So things looking up after tonight's win.
Looking good for Strathroy here, and a good showing here in a 5-2 win over the Sarnia Legionnaires. The highlights and the player of the game, if you will, certainly goes to Michael Elliston. The hat trick here, his first as a Strathroy Rocket. 3 of the team's 5 goals in a 5-2 win.
And I talked about Kindry and Smith, and Kindry gets rewarded with the empty net goal there. They were solid in that third period, allowing Brazeau to see all the shots, and Sarnia wasn't able to score in the third period.
So the Rockets a 5-2 win here. The final shots on goal, 38-25 in favor of Strathroy. They piled on 30 shots in the final 2 periods of play, and they skate to a 5-2 win over the Sarnia Legionnaires. The Rockets back in action on Thursday night as they hit the road to Leamington to take on the Flyers. We're on the air shortly after 7 o'clock for a 7:10 puck drop from the Nature Fresh Farms Arena in Leamington. We hope you join us there. From tonight's broadcast, Noah Smith and Eldon Dunseith, we say thank you for listening with us and watching on HockeyTV.com, and we'll see you Thursday from Leamington.